This is Ted Fetch with another Ted Fetch perspective. Good morning, guys. It's Saturday morning. Here I am, Dunkin' Donuts parking lot again, doing my thing. But I get frustrated, man. I get frustrated. Again this morning, I'm sitting here thinking, I'm looking at the news stories, and I get frustrated. And I see signs that point me to things, and I go, well, I've already said that already. I've already done this. I've already stated the facts 80 times on a podcast, guys. It's just facts, straight facts. I stand by everything I say 100%. No one can dispute the evidence, but I'm like, why isn't everyone on this thing? Why isn't everyone just seeing this for what it is? So we can open our eyes. And if everyone would just see the facts as the facts, I say this a lot, guys, and I do this for a reason. Because when I'm sitting out here doing this, I don't have a speculation. This isn't speculation. This isn't an opinion. This isn't a theory. All I do is point to factual documents that I find on the people in charge websites. CDC, the government, the World Economic Forum. I go to their website specific, the CIA, the FBI. You know? I go to the people in charge's websites and I pull stuff out of their website. So no one can ever call me bullshit. No one can ever say that anything that I say in this parking lot when I do these podcasts is bullshit. My hands to God, 100% solid. This argument that you hear day in and day out is not going to change, okay? The facts are going to remain the same, no matter what tactics they have, no matter what new mandates they come out with, no matter what separation and division programs they try to throw at us, because they do that a lot, guys. Everything is done that way. They want to divide us. That's what they love doing up there. Division, you know, everything. Let's shame white people, let's shame black people, let's separate them, let's cause stir, let's cause social issues out there, let's make division, divide them. If we can get them divided, we can take over this country. That's what we can do up here at the World Economic Forum. We know how to do this very well. We've been at this for a long time up here in this elite establishment, behind the curtain bullshit, you know. Divide them. Let's get them fighting. Fight each other, please. Vax versus unvax. I see that the other day. That kind of pissed me off. You know, we got vax people shaming unvax. We got unvax shaming vax. You know, pointing the finger at each other. When all we need to do is look at factual documents and point our finger straight to the top of the mountain. Because again, the arguments that I do, when I do this argument, when I lay out these facts that never change, that never are going to change, that speak directly to the top of the mountain, that I can prove the whole damn thing was manufactured pandemic. Not just me. I don't just state shit I can't prove. I don't just sit out here every day and say the same things over and over and over again, hoping that this time you guys will get the message. You know? Hoping this will be the one. Will this be the one, Ted? Can this be the one where everyone wakes up and sees the facts this time, just as the facts, not because you state them, just because the facts are the facts? Can this be the one? Is this the one? Is this the next one? Is this the one that tilts the scale? And everyone just opens their eyes now? Do you have to sound the alarm every day, Ted? Yeah, I guess I do. You know what's crazy? I mean, we're running into a corporate-run government, guys. That's what the future is. Not because I said it. Again, everything I state, I back up with facts. Remember that. I want you to remember this. When you hear me talk today, when I state things, okay, I want you to remember this. I don't just state shit to state shit. I don't just make bold-ass claims in a parking lot every day, yelling at cars that drive by. You know, because I like doing that. I could do it in my car, you know, where it's private and no one can hear me, you know. But what fun would that be? When I can stand out here in a parking lot and I could just walk around and people look at me kind of weird. It's funner. It's freer that way. I like to be free, guys. I like my freedom. I don't like being told what to do. I hate that. Always have, by the way. Always have. Growing up, I remember I just always wanted to do my own thing. Self-sovereignty. That's always been my motive of operation. I don't like being told what to do. I don't like ever being told what to do. I like doing me. Which I believe everyone does, but then there's the mob mentality. What are they doing? What is everyone else doing today? I'll do that. What are they doing? Robbing somebody? I guess I'll jump on that. That's the mob mentality. It's proven. There's scientific studies that prove this, the herd mentality. Whatever the crowd's doing. Where are we going? We don't know. We're just following the crowd. We don't know where we're going? No. Why are we marching? Because everyone else is, guys. Everyone else is going in this direction, so I guess we got to go there. But we don't know where we're going? No. But everyone's moving this way. And you know who's behind the curtain laughing? The elite establishment. Having a field day up there with this. They love this shit. They're like, we can get them to do anything, can't we, guys? They're behind the curtain laughing, going, we can just throw anything out there. We get a few people marching in a direction. That's why they create whatever opposition. We're going to get, because there's a consciousness behind them. There's the elite establishment. Then there's a freaking fourth dimensional consciousness that really runs this world behind the curtain. You know, we'll get them enslaved. We'll show them. We will not let them have decisions. We will control their lives down there. We don't like them being empowered. Freedom? Hell no. They think, but that's the thing. Then they're laughing. This is them laughing. They think they're free. But they think they're free, and they're laughing. They think they're free right now, don't they? But they're not. They don't even know the power they have. We'll never let them know that. We'll never let them know the empowerment that they have as an individual, the infinite powers that they have that no one wants. Shh. Can't tell them that, can we? Absolutely not. We need to control them. We need to control that human soul of theirs. Slave them down here in this recycling reincarnation trap that we're in. You know? Can I just ascend? I always think, you know, Ted, you better learn all your lessons that you have to learn on this earth plane right this time. Whatever you got to do, expand your consciousness, whatever the hell you got to do. You're trying to get that, shoot the hell out of here after this one, right? I'm done, guys. Deuces. Earth plane experience, I'm out. I've learned everything I needed to learn down there. Time for my next phase. That's what I'm trying to do. Who wants to be trapped in this? I think that's what they want. We're going to make them feel guilty. We're going to make them feel bad. You know? We'll have karma. You know what I think karma really works, guys? Because I always say this. I always say, how could they be up there this long? With all the carnage and the mayhem and the lies and deceit and wars that they put us in, how could they still be up there in charge, I said. If there's karma in this world, how the hell is that even possible? I say to myself that a lot, but then I go, how does karma really work then? I'm thinking, how does karma work? Karma must work different than I think it does. And I go, yeah, it probably does, Ted. Here's how I think it works, really. How do you feel about the act you just did? Are you guilty? Do you feel guilty? You got to be a psychopath to win karma, I think. I think that's the key to beating karma. You got to be a freaking sociopath. Well, that's what they are up there. And karma seems not to affect them, so I'm thinking that might be the key. If you don't feel bad about the carnage and the mayhem and the lies and deceit, it won't affect you. Karma only works when it affects you, when you feel bad, guys. When you're empathetic and you have a heart and a soul and you feel for people, that's the only way karma works. It works against you if you freaking are a good person. I guess. I don't know. Seems like that might be the case. No, you gotta. If you're feeling bad that you're hurting somebody, then karma's gonna affect you. But why can't I switch? If I ran the world, here's how I'd switch karma. We're gonna switch karma today it goes to the act now, not the way you feel about it. Which I think it should be that way anyway, right? What are you doing? Are you hurting people? Then bam, karma, gotcha. Can't escape from that. But then I go, look, I'm looking up top, and I'm literally looking at the sky right now, like these fourth dimensional beings, wherever the hell you are. They know me for sure. Don't doubt about that, dude. I've had 10 months of gang stalking through a consciousness who was gearing people towards me. I don't hold any ill will, though. I'm crazy, right? I'm like, man, that was just part of my journey. Empowerment. That's the way I think. That's how it empowers me. I had to go through that. I had to show other people. That was a testament. I had to be tested. That's how I think of it. You know? When you think everything's a blessing to you guys, everything's a blessing. There's a good lesson for the day. When you think everything is a blessing, no matter what happens in your life, and this is me, well, maybe that happened so I could do this. And I really think that way. I think people think I'm crazy when I do that sometimes. But it always works when you think that way. Think about it. When you always think, that must be because it's a better opportunities over here. Oh, now I got this happen here, so I have to do this now. This is why I was called to do this. And this is the way my brain works. So I always think everything's working in my favor, and then it just happens to work that way. Because I think that way. My perception is reality. Oh, I just got shut. They want me to wear a mask on the bus. I don't have a fucking mask. That means I need to do a podcast about the masks. I've been called to action. I think that this God's working through them, through me, and that's me doing, and then the message is the blessing. I get to be a blessing to others, and that's my blessing, and everything's a blessing then. Guess what, Ted? That's a win. That's a win every day. That's always a win when you think like that. So, but I'm sitting here going, karma, right? Karma. Damn karma. Where you at, girl? You taking the night? You take the millennia off? Where you getting them? Go get them. I'm saying. Karma, go get these bastards. They're trying to enslave us now. Can we do something? They lied. They killed millions of people on this pandemic. Do you not see that, Karma? And there I am yelling up in the air at Karma in the middle of a Dunkin' Donuts parking lot, people driving by. Not enough people. I like when the whole thing is packed up. When there's a whole row of people, like a freaking traffic jam, and I'm standing out here. That's what I really enjoy. I really enjoy that. Here I am looking up in the sky. I see some stars. It's still early. It's like, what time is it anyway? 5:16 a.m. Florida time. But there's the American flag across the street again. Fortifies me. Ted, keep going. Don't stop now. We're almost at the finish line. It's 4th and goal. It's the end game is on the line. Enslavement humanity is up for grabs. You better step your game up. Yeah, we are. No, not me. Don't say me anymore. We're stepping our game up. People are starting to wake up. You know why? Because we're pushed down so fast, so far. You know? People are starting to see things for what they are. This is the awakening. This is the great awakening. This is you know, despite everything, you know. Yes, they're coming down, but then I think to myself also, well, if we're moving, I mean, at the one end, you got the elite establishment up there, right? And again, I can prove, when I state facts, and I yell, I hand to God, it's all real. All you got to do is look at the documents. You'll see for yourself. It's so simple that I go to their websites, pull bullshit out, factual documents that no one can dispute, and show them to you and say, all right, here's this, here's that, here's that. What can you say to that? No one can say anything. No argument here. How could you? No one can argue my fact. Because they're not mine. They're theirs. You know? So here we are, end goal. End game. Enslavement, humanity. And then I go, this is the part I was getting at. Then I think to myself, well, if they didn't do this to us, maybe they're pushing, you know, there again, trying to find the silver lining in everything, the blessing, right? Well, if this wasn't happening, and if they didn't push down on us right down to this part where everyone's awakened, then maybe no one would be awakened, and we wouldn't be able to really get our self-sovereignty, our free will back, and our empowerment that we were created with. Yeah, let's stop that from happening, right? We don't want that. So we've got a spiritual war going on, guys. Isn't it exciting? It is kind of exciting, isn't it? We're right in the most exciting time in human history right now. Think about it. I got chills just saying that. We really are. We're at the most exciting time in human history, guys. We are. I hear chills again. We're it's end times right now. It's crazy that I'm excited about this, but it's true. We should all be excited about this. We're living in the best time to be on earth right now. Really, even with everything that's going on, and again, blessing and everything, right? But this is it. This is what I know I'm here for this. This is my job. I'm in the war. I'm fighting. Isn't that exciting? I feel it is. Yeah, I'm going to step up my game. I'm going to make sure I do my part, that's for sure. I don't know about you guys sitting on the sideline, but my Facebook friends, Ted, when are they going to get, I'll just follow the crowd. Where's that line that you're following that leads to enslavement? In fact, the sign says it, too. The direction you're headed, there's a big sign. Enslavement. But everyone's moving this way, Ted. What am I supposed to do? Go against the crowd? Well, yeah, if you don't want to be enslaved. That's what you got to do. You got to look at facts as facts. That's it. It's simple stuff, guys. But everyone else is moving. There's a vaccine line that says that there's a surveillance and monitoring system diagram right on the damn CDC website that I refuse to look at. I refuse to. Don't show me those diagrams, Ted. Don't you dare show me those real diagrams from the CDC. But it's an active surveillance system, I'm saying. Guys, just look. It's not my diagrams. It's on the top of my face. Here's every day I do this. It's at the top of my Facebook, pinned to the top. Never gets knocked down for misinformation. It's an active surveillance and monitoring system, which it is. I downloaded 22 diagrams. I did. They're from the CDC website, guys. Shh. Don't talk about that, Ted. We don't want to know about that surveillance system. Well, how are we supposed to beat the real surveillance system that's on the CDC website with 22 diagrams I download if we can't look at them? But we'd rather believe it's not in there. We'd rather just believe it's not in there, Ted. Can't you just let us believe that? No, because I'm not going to let you get enslaved. How about that? I don't want us to move to a totalitarian surveillance state where everyone's monitored 24/7 with a surveillance system inside of us. That's why I have to do this every day. So whether you want to believe it or not, maybe this is uncomfortable truth. I just rather believe that the government's here to help, and the FDA approved the vaccine, so therefore it should be good, right? FDA approved it? Ted, tell me the FDAs are on the good side of this. No, they're not. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to be the uncomfortable truth, maybe, that everyone needs to hear. Whether you want to hear it or not, it's up to you whether you hear it. But the fact of the matter is, everything I state is fact. No one can dispute the facts, guys, but the fact of the matter is you got to be able to want to see truth for truth. But the FDA. But Biden said. Biden's mandating it, so it has to be good, right? If Biden's forcing us to get an unconstitutional mandated decision to put something in our body and forcing our companies that we worked for 20 years to put something in our body that's unconstitutional with this OSHA that has to step all over the Constitution to do it with on a vaccine, on a virus that almost 100% of the people recover from. Common sense, guys. Wake up. Then I say, blessing. Maybe this is the way it had to happen, Ted. If they didn't do this so fast, so far, so quick, maybe everyone wouldn't wake up then. And if everyone wakes up, then guess what we can do? We could really get our freedom back. We're in an illusion of freedom now, guys. Yeah, because we don't have they don't want us to know the secrets of the world, obviously. They don't want anyone to know what our true power is as an individual. Of course, we will never let them know that. We don't even like them. We will convince them that this is the good government up here. And the FDA is on their side. And the CDC. See, we care about you guys. We have a Centers for Disease Control just to make sure that you guys are okay. And this Centers for Disease Control, we fight illnesses. And no, you create them. You create them. Patent number 7,220,852. Yep, that's the patent, guys. When are you going to look at it, though? When are you going to look at this for what it is? Because guess what? The facts, like I said, the facts never change. The facts never change. No matter what they try to pull, no matter what maneuver they have next, no matter what mandated bullshit they come out with, guess what they're never going to hide from? Factual documents that never change. They never change. So Ted, when are they going to start? I don't know. When Cardi B or something, celebrity, stands up and says, that's how crazy our world is. If just somebody that's a rapper or something could get out here and speak the truth, we'd all believe it. But until that, you're just a guy in a parking lot, Ted. How are we supposed to believe you? When Drake and all of my celebrity heroes, they haven't come out and said anything, so I don't know. I don't know if I can believe it, but if somebody on Instagram would just go on, high profile an Instagram person maybe, then I'll believe it. Because, yeah, they're an Instagrammer. Yeah. See, I can believe them now. Because they have 3,000 followers, Ted. Of course, I go where the crowd goes. Don't you know that? I was thinking for myself, that's just a lot to deal with. When I could just follow the crowd. I could just follow the crowd, and that's just so easier for me. But the sign says enslavement. But there's 3,000 people going that way. What am I supposed to do? But it says enslavement, that they're heading that way. But it says right there, I can prove it. Look, and I'm out there going, stop, this place is enslavement. No, run him over if we have to. We will get to that enslavement line before anyone. Don't let this guy stop us from getting enslaved. Mob mentality. This is our world, though. Isn't that crazy? Rush him. He's stopping us from getting enslaved. Get him, knock him over if we have to get to the enslavement, if we have to do whatever we got to get enslaved. He's one guy, guys. We're 3,000. We all want to get enslaved. Whatever we got to do to knock this guy out of the way to get to the enslavement line, let's do it. And I'm going, this is ridiculous. You guys just follow the crowd wherever they go. Yeah, Ted, we've been doing it forever. This is the way the world works. Don't you know? The herd mentality always wins. And I go, the herd mentality is going to put that's enslavement. And I'm saying, I have all the documents. I have everything right here. I can prove the whole damn thing. I can prove it all, guys. And I'm showing I'm picturing myself like showing the surveillance and monitoring system diagrams. We don't want to see that. The people at work, they said, the one lady, I said this the other day, and it brought me, it made me realize things. How everything is made to divide us. They want us fighting over each other. When we can't we just unite over the one common thing that we should all be united for is our freedom? Because again, I don't just state things to state things. I don't just state this argument every day. And because I have facts on my side. The truth is always going to come out, guys. The truth is going to win. Believe that. And the truth is on my side, 100%. 100%. But no, we don't want to see the diagrams, Ted. But I said they're from the CDC website. It's a full active surveillance system. Hand to God, it is. It's on the top of my Facebook page right now. Theo Fetch and Ted Fetch. Both profiles, public profiles, pinned to the top. Full active surveillance system. We're going to have to start having this conversation sooner or later, guys, because like Dr. Phil says, we can't change something we don't acknowledge. How are we supposed to beat the damn thing if we can't acknowledge its existence? Not because I said it existed, because the diagrams tell me that. No explanation better for the surveillance and monitoring system than the diagrams itself. From the CDC website, Centers for Disease Control website. Hand to God, that's where I got them. They never get knocked down for misinformation. Don't you think in this Facebook knocking down censorship world that we live in, where the President of the United States, while he was the damn president, was banned from Twitter, okay? That just shows you a little bit the corporate-run government behind the scenes, if you didn't know already. That's the elite establishment, corporate-run future that they want for us on their own website, guys. I don't make shit up. They state this. When are you guys going to realize? Well, if only Cardi B, or if we could just get somebody with at least 3,000 influence. Can we get an Instagram influencer to say this? Because then we might believe it. Because, yeah, they have 3,000 followers. We go where the crowd goes, Ted. We go where the crowd goes, even if it's enslavement. Yeah, we follow that damn crowd wherever the hell it ends. Could be jumping off a cliff. We're going to do it too. Yes. And don't you think for a second we will not stomp over everyone in our path to get to the cliff to jump over if we need to, if everyone else is doing it. Oh yeah, we'll beat the shit out of that dude if we have to. He's trying to save our lives. No, he's not. He's trying to stop us from jumping off a cliff when everyone else is doing it. We will run past that cliff. Why? Because there's 3,000 people in that direction. You're only one person trying to stay alive on this one. Well, yeah, let's just jump then. Fuck it. I mean, but it's so true. That's what would really happen. You know what's crazy is I say this like a hypothetical, but if you really think about that, that would really happen. Everyone's going this way, but the sign says, doesn't matter. Everyone else is that way. And that's what would really happen. That's just insane that I'd say that, but it's the truth. There are scientific experiments that show this. This is the herd mentality, how it works. People will literally beat the shit out of an old man if everyone else is doing it. And then videotape. The rest of them will videotape. That's what they do. That's the world we're in, guys. Social status. Oh, I guess it's cool to beat up old people now. Everyone else is doing it. Let's just jump in and do it. And the ones that aren't doing it will videotape the whole damn thing. So we can post it and get 3,000 followers to follow us now doing the similar shit. But no, the truth, the guy that's speaking the truth in the parking lot with the factual documents that no one can dispute, I don't know about that dude. I don't know. What kind of car is he driving? Maybe if that's the case. How much money does he have in his account? We'll determine that, maybe. Maybe that'll be our determination of whether he's credible or not. What kind of job does he have? What kind of credentials? We need to see some credentials first. But what about the factual documents? You don't want to see those? Well, not quite. Those factual documents are suspect until we know what you're driving. How much money do you have in your account? Then we'll determine. You're rich? Okay, we'll believe them now. We'll believe the factual documents now. And I go, oh my gosh, this world of ours. That's the way they constructed it. They wanted it, this class systems, division. You know, who's better than who? Let's just look. Let's see who has more followers. Oh, they're the best. But what are they saying? Doesn't matter, Ted. Who cares what they're saying? They got more followers. Let's follow. Really? What about the truth? Well, I mean, it just depends on how many followers, guys. The truth is the amount of followers you have, really, I guess. What about facts? Well, they don't mean nothing unless you're... It depends. Who else is believing the facts? Really? Yes, that's crazy, but I'm saying it, but it's all true. It's the way the world works, guys. Damn it, then it's just like crazy stuff, like Howard Stern comes out, and the people are quoting articles. Like a while ago, I saw a bunch of articles on Howard Stern's is pro-vax or some bullshit. I'm going, who the hell's listening to Fart Man? The dude dressed up in a costume called himself Fart Man for years. Had freaking bar events where he threw freaking little people out of freaking Velcro wall. What the Howard Stern said... And I have to like knock myself in the head and go, what the hell? We're listening to Fart Man? Yeah, Ted, he's got a bunch of followers, don't you know? But he's speaking about the vaccine, not about a bar event. You know? Why are we listening to him about what he thinks about the vaccine, dude? Because he's got a bunch of followers. But he does, and I have to like scratch my head again and go, what the hell is this world about, man? Followers, I guess. Yeah, that's it, Ted. Followers. Facts? No, it depends. Who's saying them? What the kind of status they have. We need to see some credentials before we see facts. Can't you just look at the facts as the facts, I say, over and over and over again? If we just look at facts as facts, then who cares who's saying them, really? The facts are the facts, guys. Whether I say them, if you say them, if Howard Stern says them, if whoever says them. You know what lies are? Mainstream media. That's what lies are. Of course, they're run by the elite establishment. But the FDA, Ted. But the FDA just approved it. So how could it be wrong if the FDA just approved the mix and match program? I don't get it, Ted. What are you saying, that you know better than the FDA? Yes, of course I do. What are you saying, that 2 vaccines work? No, because the FDA just approved the mix and match program. So how did 2 vaccines even work then if boosters just got approved? Common sense, guys. Common sense. Take the bullshit lens off. The mainstream media paints our perception of this world. We only know what we know, guys, okay? They've been doing this for a very long time. Division, perception of reality has been skewed. Because if we only know things, like I always mention, like a Chinese resident, you know? Think about this, though. Because it's going to play a part. If we don't start fighting now and we don't get on the right side of this, our future is a Chinese resident. 100%. I don't lie, dude. I can prove this. I do every day. All you got to do is look at facts. But yeah, a Chinese kid that's born into the world only knows the world as a Chinese resident. They only know what you know, right? So if you think the world is China, I have a social credit system. That's what they have in China. I got to go out every day and I got to worry about a score that I have, right? And everything, your whole day is monitored. From the second you wake up as a Chinese resident to the second you go to bed at night. Your whole world is under surveillance. Every video game you play, every movie you watch, everything you do, everywhere you go, everything, cameras everywhere in China, right? And then they monitor you all day long. And you know what they do? He littered, knock down the score. Smoking too much, knock down their score. Playing too many video games, knock down their score. And what happens when your score gets lowered? You can't access freedom, the limited privileges that they have in that country. Now all of a sudden you can't travel, you can't get a job because my social credit score is too low. And guess what's in the United States right now that no one really wants to talk about? Because Drake didn't say it, or whoever. Howard Stern didn't say this yet, so I don't know. Ted, once you get over 3,000 followers, doesn't matter what you say, we'll believe it. What if I'm lying? Doesn't matter, you got 3,000 followers, we'll follow that shit. And I go, oh my gosh, man. Yeah, we just go with the crowd. But yeah, that's a Chinese resident's day, guys. Everything they do, everywhere they go, everything they say. Monitored. That's what they want. How do we know this, Ted? How do you know that the world that we're living in the United States of America, we look at we're proud Americans too, Ted. We love our freedom. We'll start fighting for it then. Because your freedom is on the line right now. And that's real. That's real. And I have the factual documents to prove it. So, I mean, at the end of the day, when are you going to wake up? When are you going to see things for what they are? Not because I said them. I always say this. Not because I said them. Forget me. Take me out of the equation. Pretend freaking Drake said this or whatever. Replace me with Cardi B or whoever your fan of 3,000 your Instagram influencer people are. Just pretend they said this. All right? Because the facts are the facts. They don't change no matter what. No matter if I say them, you say them, whoever says them. Facts are facts, guys. The truth is the truth, then there's lies. And I stand on the factual side of everything. I don't even go with the freaking manufactured opposition programs that are run rampant in this world. That's how we do it, Ted. You're very smart to figure us out here behind the elite establishment curtain. Yes, of course we manufacture opposition. We like to control both sides of everything. Of course you do. Yeah, we figure we always win that way. When we control both sides of every argument and everything that's out there, if we can manipulate the crowd on both sides of that shit, whoo, watch out. And that's what they do. That's what they do. We will manipulate both crowds. We know how this herd mentality works, Ted. We've been freaking at this for a very long time up here behind the curtain. Yes, if we can get the herd mentality working on both sides for our favor, we win every time. And that's what they do. 100%. That's not even close to a speculation. That's a fact. That's what they do. They know how our brain works. If we could just get like 3 or 4 people, and that's all it takes, really. 3 or 4 people grabbing toilet paper. I call it the toilet paper maneuver. I call it a toilet paper maneuver every time. Yeah, we'll just get a few people grabbing some toilet paper, then everyone. And then you go, why am I grabbing toilet paper? It's a freaking... And I'm sitting there going, why the hell is everyone... I'll wipe my ass with an old sock if I have to. I'll be on the food and water aisle if there's an emergency or crisis coming. Deuces, guys. You guys have fun, fighting over toilet paper. I'll wipe my ass with a dirty sock, and I'll be on the food and water aisle where the real necessities are. But yeah, everyone's grabbing toilet paper though. To call it a toilet paper maneuver. And that's what we do, and they're laughing up there. If we got them, we even told them a crisis is coming. But they just see people grabbing toilet paper. Everyone wants toilet paper. See, Ted? And they're laughing up there going, yeah, we can do whatever we want, and we can control them anything way we want. Look how easily they're persuaded. All we got to do is say that the toilet paper's running out, and everyone's grabbing it. But no one's thinking, going, do we really need toilet paper? What worst case scenario? What if toilet paper ran out completely? Well, you'd be fine. What about food and water? That's more important, guys. I'll be on that aisle. That seemed to be... No, we got to get... Stock up for winter. Toilet paper might be running out for good, and then what are we going to be? How are we going to survive then? But everyone did it, right? I'm not making it. You know this. There's the herd mentality. Perfect example of that. Even though no one's sitting back on, shit, I guess I don't really need toilet paper. No, we gotta grab it. It's a crisis. What if toilet paper ran out for good? We need to stock up on money. I'm going, what the hell, man? Really? Yeah, it's gone, Ted. Now people are charging more money. The one guy that freaking now there's an underground fucking market for toilet paper all of a sudden. Yeah, I'm gonna do on eBay and sell this part, and guess what? I'll sell out of those too. Why? Because everyone wants something that they can't have. But no one thinks, do we need the fucking thing? No. I'm wiping my ass with old t-shirts and drinking water and food, eat food. There's the herd mentality, and perfect example of that, right? So Ted, how many times are you going to say the same thing? I don't know. This is a different message, though. But at the end of the day, that's what they're doing up there, laughing. See, we got them again. What can't we get these people to do? They're probably saying. Well, because this dude just tells them straight facts. They don't listen to that. We got that pretty much covered. Yeah, we make sure that no influencer. I don't know, man. I got to think about this. I got to go, what the hell, man? Just look at the facts as the facts. Patent number 7,220,852. That's the first. That's what I call the alarm. When you look at that document, guys, when you come to terms with the fact this whole damn pandemic was manufactured to put us on a surveillance system, to turn us into a totalitarian surveillance state, where corporations run the world, individual rights and freedoms are gone. We're under total surveillance with a social credit system like China, where freedom of speech is out the window, Bill of Rights gone, Constitution shit on every day. It's getting shit on right now. OSHA coming in. We're going to come in. We have an emergency here. People dropping dead right and left. No, almost 100% of the people recover from the virus. Why do we even need them? Why can't we just pass a bill like everything else? No, because we have to have an emergency, guys. It's an emergency. Almost 100% of the people that catch the virus recover. He just said something that politically incorrect that no one else is saying. How am I supposed to listen to that? Because it's the truth. We don't know if we can hear the truth, Ted. No one else is listening. Well, and that's why I go, well, too bad. You are now. Because the truth is coming out, guys. Truth is on my side, always has been. And facts are facts, they don't change. Patent number 7,220,852. One day you're going to see that, and you're going to realize, whoo, shit, they just lied about everything. Patent number 7,220,852. That's the SARS coronavirus. SARS-CoV. Yes, this one. That one? Yes, this one. Yep, made in a lab, not from a bat. Wake up. That's your alarm. Again, that's the lens. I call it the alarm sometimes. I call it the lens. If you look at that as the lens, I always say if you use that as the lens, you'll see everything then. Use that first document that I showed, the first dot, those patent, 7,220,852. That's your lens. That's the alarm. What else could I use? And what analogy can I say, Ted? That's what I use. Lens. You look at that through like a lens. Once you see that document for what it is and really wrap your head around it, take it in this time. Digest it, because the document's not changing, right? It's just when are you going to wake up and see it for what it is? That's the question. The document's the document, the patent's the patent, the lie is a lie. When are you going to start acknowledging it for what it is? Not because I said it, because the document, the patent tells you that if you look at it. If you look at it. Or you just want to go march the whole family in. Jump in, family. FDA approved the mix and match program. We're not going to look at the fact that the whole damn thing was manufactured. We hate to see those surveillance documents because we want to believe that, but we'll risk our whole family and jump them in the car because the FDA approved it. But no, we don't want to look at those because we voted for Biden. And if we voted for Biden, we're going to run this thing to the end. This train that's on. We're Democrats now, so we do everything the Democrats do. We don't think for ourselves. Of course not. Well, you could change your mind, guys. You were given false information. Of course you want to believe the government's here to help, but I have all the documents and proof that shows that they lied. But people are waking up. People are waking up. We're being forced to wake up, guys. We're being pushed down so far, so fast that people are going, what the hell's going on here? So this argument that I have right now, these statements that I say, these factual documents that I speak about, they don't change. They don't change, and will never change. The question is, when are you going to change and start looking at things as for things and quit? But what? You want to be enslaved? How dare he, what, tell the truth? Tell the truth? Well, I don't believe, what, that I'm trying to help? Or would you rather believe the lie and be comfortable in a lie? Well, Ted, we already got the vaccine now with the surveillance and monitoring program, so I guess we're just going to ride the enslavement all the way to the end now. No, we're going to fight the damn thing. I'm going to fight it for you if you're not going to stand up and have balls to do it yourself. Yeah, I got to call you to action. Quit sitting on the sideline wishing, I just wish somebody else would do something. No, get in the game. You're on Earth at the most amazing time in history. Pick a side. Do you want to be enslaved or not? And I start, well, it's a light and dark battle, Ted. And the dark people, the elite agenda up there is running the world. So we're going to do what they say. Well, that leads to your enslavement. Get off the damn dark train. Wake up. The elite establishment, we're dark side. And this is the way I think sometimes. Spiritual warfare, Ted. Yeah, light versus dark. We're dark side, so we're going to ride this enslavement thing to the end. Well, that's smart. That's smart. I'll be on the freedom side. You know, you could pick, you could switch sides, guys. Because the dark agenda up there, they don't care who you are. They want you enslaved, everyone enslaved. But what? You want to be enslaved? No, you don't. No, you don't. So what do? I speak facts. I speak real. Like everyone should. We were created free. You think God wants you enslaved when He gave you 5 senses and emotions to live your life freely? To do as you see fit with what makes you happy as an individual? Gave you a brain to think. Just think. Just think. Just look at facts as facts. Take your party affiliation. Take your religious background out. Just take everything out and look at facts as facts. Facts don't change. They're always on my side. They're always on your side if you start fucking looking at facts as facts and quit listening to other people that want you enslaved. The vaccine is stage 1. Well, no, we've been in stage 1 of enslavement. The vaccine is the next level of enslavement. Why do I say that? Because I have 22 diagrams. All right, first off, back to the patent. We're going to wake up call again. Lens. It's the lens. 7,220,852. Look at the document this time. Really take it in. See the names on it this time. See the whole thing. Read that they know how to make people immune. With the invention came the cure. Just like everything, you think that, yeah, they had the balls to put a patent on. I say this every day because I have to. Ownership rights, we got to take ownership of this deadly disease we created. The Centers for Disease Control is on the patent, guys. United States Government, U.S. Health Organization, 2007, that patent reads. 7,220,852. That's the patent for the SARS-CoV virus. This virus, this virus, this virus. Invented in a lab, not from a bat. But who said it came from a bat in China? I do this a lot, so I'm going to try to get through this fast because I get bored with this. But it's factual and you need to hear it anyway, so I have to do it. It's my job. Centers for Disease Control is the name on the patent. Remember that. Centers for Disease Control. You mean the people that are telling us all the shit that we have to do? And the guidelines? Yeah, they're the ones that came out and lied. Remember? Because they're the ones that said it came from a bat in China. Remember? The Centers for Disease Control did. The Centers for Disease Control is the ones that came out and said it mutated from a bat to a person. Yes, turn back the clock, look back in history. If you look back, I don't lie. I don't lie. Never lie. Don't have to lie. The facts are on my side. The truth always wins. Look back in history. Who said that came from a bat in China? The Centers for Disease Control did. Who's on the patent as the inventor of the virus? The Centers for Disease Control is. Bold-faced lie. No getting around this, guys. Just a matter of time till you see it for what it is. When you see this argument for what it is, a little bit frightening, I get it. Put my ass back to sleep. But no, you got to wake up because I'm getting you off the sideline. Again, the world is changing, guys, one way or another. It's just a matter of which side you want to be on. Enslavement, technologically advanced, where eventually we turned into AI. Don't believe me, believe Elon Musk. He's got a bunch of followers. Can you believe him at least? Elon Musk has a shitload of followers. Will you believe him? He's the one that says it all the time, that so much AI technology that, humans are going to be obsolete and we have to make a transition into part AI. And you know what else says that? The Human Augmentation Project. It's on a PDF I have from the Ministry of Defense. And guess what else? If you read the damn thing, they want to program everything out eventually. Now, this is past China. This is if we don't get off the sidelines. See why I have to do this? If we don't get off the sidelines now and start fighting for our freedom right now, that's what the future plans are, according to them. Yeah, where individuality is completely gone at that point. It's definitely a herd mentality because we're all programmed. We're part of a system then. Yep, there's your day. Click. That's what it literally says on the PDF, guys. I don't make shit up. But we still don't want to believe that there's a surveillance. How are we supposed to believe that when we can't even look at real documents? Yeah, that might be a bit of a jump for some of you. No, but that's why I said Elon Musk said it, guys. He's got a bunch of followers. Believe him. What else is he saying? But he didn't tell us about the surveillance and monitoring system, Ted. But you want to believe that, but you can't believe this from the CDC website. Never gets knocked down for misinformation. Yeah, I have 22 diagrams. This is the reason they're making it mandatory, guys. When you realize this, then you got to go, damn, that's a surveillance and monitoring system that I'm looking at. Yes, there's almost 18 public and private agencies that have full access to this system that's inside of me if I got the vaccine. I'm looking at the diagrams now, Ted. I can see all these boxes. They even have it such an easy read. The diagram, I didn't know it was this easy. There's literally a needle mark on the left-hand side that says, look, this is where you got vaccinated. And then there's a bunch of systems that have active, and it even says on the bottom, surveillance monitoring timeline. And then it says active surveillance and passive surveillance. And I'm seeing all these boxes. Why didn't anyone tell me? Holy shit, Ted, I'm looking at these diagrams now, all 22 of them. It is a full-blown active surveillance system. Yeah, it is. From the CDC website. That's where I got them. All 22 of them. You know, the same people that lied and said it came from a bat in China, the virus? Yeah, I got it from their website, guys. Hand to God, I don't lie. Hand to God, I don't lie. I put this on everything. You know why? Because I don't lie. Well, I didn't make the damn things up. I put in a search. Either beginning of this year or last year. This is how soon I've been on this. What are the requirements and guidelines for the vaccine makers to make this vaccine? What has to be in there, I said, beginning of the year, before it was made mandatory, before any of this, just right when it was coming out. You know what brought me to? The only requirement that came up when I put in that question, the only requirement that came up in guideline, that it took me straight. Remember this. Keep this in mind. This is important. Because this is how they plan on transitioning and transforming the world into a totalitarian surveillance state. So this is important. It brought me to the center. You're going to have to learn the Centers for Disease Control website. Not a fringe website, not a conspiracy theory site, not somebody, I didn't get them from somebody that said they got them from the CDC. I did. I got them from the Centers for Disease Control website. 22 diagrams on a full active surveillance and monitoring system. That's a required mandate, requirement from the CDC as a required guideline and mandate for the vaccine makers to even be able to manufacture and distribute this vaccine. It was required that they have to have this surveillance and monitoring system in there. Now, when you look at the diagrams, And you see all the government agencies, and public and private, and there's a box that says sentient surveillance on there. There's another box that says payee data warehouse. There's a data warehouse on there. There's DOD has access. FDA, the CDC, Genesis, whatever that is. VAERS, VSafe. Bunch of acronyms. I have no idea who they are. Active surveillance, passive surveillance, public and private agencies. Data warehouse. Payee data warehouse. Other people can buy your data. Sentient surveillance. New systems to be added. Routine systems. 22 diagrams. Not one, though. Not one. When I put in that search, what are the requirements and guidelines? I wanted to know what was in the vaccine, guys. I wanted to know what was in the vaccine. How does it protect us? I said. No, only thing that came up was a surveillance and monitoring system. Pinned to the top of my Facebook. If you want to check out these diagrams right now, you can. Guess what? They never get knocked down for misinformation. Don't you think it would be knocked down for misinformation if it was misinformation? Never! It's pinned to the top of my Facebook right now, along with the patent. So you get the patent number and you can look at the patent for the virus and get the surveillance and monitoring system diagrams all on one post. Never gets knocked down for misinformation. Don't you think that shit would have been knocked down for misinformation? Don't you think it would have been knocked down for misinformation if it was misinformation? You know why they can't? Because it's from the CDC website. That's why. That's how they plan on transforming the world. But Ted, yeah, it's true. Take me out of the equation. Just look at the facts as the facts, and you'll find the same information I do. You'll come to the same conclusions because they don't really hide it, guys. You just don't want to see it. You just don't want to see it. And that's just part of it. I'm just getting started. I get bored doing this, to be honest with you. But it's all true. Now, Ted, we looked at the patent. Okay, now we see CDC. Yep, that's them. Yeah, we turned back the clock. It was the Center for Disease Control that came out and said it mutated from a bat to a human. We remember that now, Ted. We remember that now. Now we're looking at the diagrams. Yep, that is a full active surveillance and monitoring system. We can't deny that. That's on the top of your Facebook page with all 22 diagrams pinned to the top from the Centers for Disease Control website with a full active surveillance and monitoring system inside the vaccine. That's a required mandate from the CDC to be in the vaccine for them to even be able to manufacture. Not because I said it, because the CDC says it, and I didn't make up the diagrams, and they're pinned to the top of my Facebook. Never gets knocked down for misinformation. Tell you the same thing too if you look at them. But do we have more evidence? Now you saw, all right, so we get it now. They lied, yet we saw that. There's no disputing that. When you looked at the patent, you can't say that they didn't lie because the same people that said it mutated lied and invented it according to the patent. We're seeing the surveillance and monitoring system. That was a huge wake-up call this time because we actually looked at it this time, Ted. And we looked at the surveillance system. We said, shit, there's an active surveillance and monitoring system in the vaccine that they didn't tell us about. But that's the diagrams right there from the CDC website. Yeah, we see it's not getting knocked down for misinformation. Now, we looked at it this time. We saw there's like 18 acronyms, Ted. You were right. You didn't lie. You didn't lie, Ted. You didn't lie. Ted, you were telling the truth this whole time. Yeah, I was. I told you I didn't lie. I told you I don't lie. I don't have to lie. I speak the truth. The truth will come out, and the truth will set you free when you start looking at it too. Because you can't take orders then, guys. When you see the truth as the truth, guess what happens then? Your freedom just comes. Guess what? The freedom DNA molecule, junk DNA just gets activated for your spiritual awakening. Yeah. When you start, that's how it happened with me. When I knew truth and I saw reality for what it was, it's like my whole body lit up. For 3 days I was on fire. My spiritual way, I was getting downloaded information. I was connected, man. That's when you get empowered when that happens, boy. Watch out for that dude. Yeah, he's on fire. And guess what? It's like a light goes off in the universe. We got a live one here. He's awake. Lit up the whole planet, damn sky is what you do when this happens. Oh, they know. They know now. They knew when I lit up. Hell, the second it happened, the Illuminati called me. And that's not even a joke. trying to recruit me. Nope. I said, I know everything now. What do I need you guys for? That's what I told them. But the fact is that you're on power now. You're lit up, boy. Watch out. They're watching you. Don't take that for granted either. Well, you know what? You're empowered now. Know that. Know that. That's the way you were created, man. Live that. Stand tall. Be that lion. You are now. When you know this truth and you get empowered, you become that lion. Whether you want to be or not, you're the lion now. Now, how are you going to act? You are the lion now. Now what are you going to do? They even told me that. Illuminati says you're like a lion and you're like he said like in the wilderness with no backup, they told me. I said, you know what we do? We keep going. And that's what I did. So you're going to be when you wake up and you have this truth and the reality, and if you have this, because this brings on a spiritual awakening, guys. When the factual idea, when you realize this world is different than what you think it is, and you finally get it, this is like it activates DNA. It's just like the spirit comes in you. Literally, this is how it happens, man. And for literally 3 days, my body was on fire. I had downloads. I had information on shit I had no idea of knowing. I woke up to I was just like on fire, man. And for 10 months, my life was live, and it was just, you're empowered, man. You become that lion. Whether you want to be or not, you're the lion now. Congratulations. You just had a transformation. You evolved. Now what are you going to do? What are you going to do now? Start living that life, man. Be empowered. I want everyone to be. Don't you think this is a great feeling? You know what the world would be great is everyone had this. That's my goal. That's why I do this every day. Also, it wakes you up. That's how it wakes me up, man. It started with a video. I remember a long time ago, my spiritual awakening happened August 25th, 2020. But it started a week earlier than that. When I started, I was watching a YouTube video that suggested that the city of Atlantis was a real city and that the history of the world we've been lied to. And that's how it started. And it's in a rabbit hole of discovery that whole week. I was YouTube videos, everything. I went into everything. I was connected. It was like an equation. I was trying to manifest the meaning of life. And I did. You know what the meaning of life came up to me? And it did. It hit me like anything. This is where it started. This is when I lit up. This is when the Illuminati called me. This is when it all happened. And people knew. People saw right away, man. On the street even, people were looking at me. They knew right away. It was fulfillment and love. That's what it came up with. Love and fulfillment. My meaning of life. That's what I manifested when I did this. That's exactly what it manifested. Fulfillment and love. Yeah, that's what I felt. And then I've been on this track, but ever since then I have had to stand up for this. I've had to fight for our freedom, guys, because I've seen everything. That I'm pointed to documents all the time that no one gets pointed to. What would I be? I always say, if I got all these messages and I was pointed down this direction, I saw these things and I didn't say anything, guys. Have to say something. Have to. And I'm not even done with this. That was a little sidetrack, but I get bored saying other stuff. I really do, because it's all facts, but I guess I have to do it. It's my job. And again, everything I state is factual. I encourage everyone that doesn't believe me, please do your own research. I don't lie, guys. I don't lie. So the next piece of information, Ted, we saw the CDC lied. Yes, we saw the patent this time. We're looking at the diagrams now. Yep, we can't dispute that. There is an active surveillance system in the vaccine. Yep, this is all starting to sound a little bit like bullshit when, yeah, we're looking at the numbers and you're right. No, I'm not right. The CDC, even their inflated numbers say that almost 100% of the people that catch the virus survive. So why are we getting mandated to a vaccine? Yep, that makes sense now, the 22 times. Do we have more proof, though? Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. All right, so the next thing I want you to do, if you really think that, all right, so yeah, they lied, but what else could we have? Is there more information that could back up this whole, you said that this entire pandemic was manufactured, Ted. So you're saying they unleashed the virus. You're saying that they unleashed this virus, killed millions on people on purpose to put us on a surveillance and monitoring system? Is that what you're saying in this Dunkin' Donuts parking lot? Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. 100% that's what I'm saying. So the next thing I want you to look up that confirms this, right? Go to event, just Google Event 201. Event 201 on any laptop, computer, cell phone. Now, there's a video that you can watch right now online, with a summary that backs up this video. Now, who's in this video? What is Event 201, Ted? Well, it was what they called a pandemic preparedness exercise, right? And you can watch the video right now, I don't lie. Again, remember that. I only state facts. You find the same information if you actually take some time and do this research. If you want, we're comfortable getting enslaved. But is everyone else watching it? Just do yourself a favor for your own self and your family. If you care about your own freedom, quit worrying about what your follower friends and all them guys are doing, and just do yourself a favor and start doing some research on your own. So Event 201, who's it hosted by, Ted? John Hopkins, the World Economic Forum, and the Bill Gates Foundation. Now in October of 2019, remember that date. Remember that date. That's 3 months before the first case was even reported in Wuhan. Before the very first case was ever reported in Wuhan. Before the very first case was ever reported in Wuhan. First case was reported in Wuhan. We have a streaming video that you can watch right now with John Hopkins, World Economic Forum, and the Bill Gates Foundation hosting an event. They called it a pandemic preparedness exercise. We like to run these exercises from time to time just in case pandemics may or may not ever happen in this world. The virus that we create things, and we're the elite establishment, so everything that happens, we kind of know about it beforehand. And how do we know that? Well, if you... Excuse me. Well, if you look at the video, right, and you see that this pandemic preparedness exercise, 3 months before the first case is hosted, they like to run these exercises just in case something may or may not happen. Now, of all the scenarios, right, of all the possibilities, with all the possible viruses and possible pandemic situations that could have been, an exercise could have been ran on, right? Of all the possibilities, of all of the possibilities for any virus to mutate or anything, what do you think they ran it on, this little exercise that you can watch online right now? Well, let's just go with the scenario that SARS mutates to CoV and is getting spread across the world, and we have to be able to coordinate efforts so that way we're prepared if that pandemic ever takes place. Watch the video. But then now, if we look at the patent, we already know that whole scenario was just them getting ready because SARS already mutated to CoV. It was invented in a lab. They already knew this. So what was that video really telling us, Ted? They were just getting prepared. That pandemic preparedness meeting was a real meeting on an upcoming pandemic they knew was going to happen. Why? Because we looked at the patent. We already know that the scenario they were using, this hypothetical maybe, maybe not scenario, well, they already knew happened because it already mutated to CoV. It was invented in a lab. That preparedness meeting was a real pandemic preparedness exercise, getting the world ready for the upcoming pandemic. So they could coordinate efforts. Yeah, we saw the patent now. 7,220,852. We're looking at that video, Ted. Yeah, you're right. You don't lie. You're right, Ted. You said that you were going to tell the truth, and now that we're looking at factual documents, and we're seeing videos, and we saw the surveillance and monitoring system diagram, it's all starting to make sense now, Ted. So you're saying that they did all this to put us on that surveillance and monitoring system. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying, guys. But that means that they just lied. That means that they just lied to us, Ted. That would mean that they just lied to us. Yeah, it does. It means exactly that. That's not just a hypothesis, guys. This isn't just an opinion. This isn't a theory. This is facts. Ted, you're telling me that they just created this whole thing to put us on a surveillance and monitoring system? Yeah, doesn't it make sense now why OSHA would come in, unconstitutionally step over the Constitution on why isn't anyone asking common sense questions, Ted? Like, why is OSHA even coming in here? Why are we being forced to take a vaccine that almost 100% of the people catch this virus recover from? Well, that's it, Ted. The 22 diagrams on the surveillance and monitoring system. That's it. Yeah, but then, so what do they plan on doing in the future, Ted? Well, it's real simple. All you got to do is go to their future website agenda and see for yourself. That's your next step of research. Well, you said, yeah, so we saw World Economic Forum. Yeah, they seem to be on every board and committee around the world. We're looking at their website, Ted, and we see that they're on almost every country as part of the World Economic Forum. Yeah, that's the elite establishment. Yeah, we saw the video. They were one of the hosts of that pandemic preparedness, so they obviously knew about the pandemic coming too, along with John Hopkins and Bill Gates Foundation. Yeah, that's exactly what that means. Yep, that's exactly what that. And you're doing good. You're doing good. You're starting to wake up now. Come on, keep going. Yeah, that's all true. It's all true, guys. I don't lie. And why do you do this, Ted, every day? Because this is your job. This is my job, guys. I have to wake people up. I'm fighting for freedom for you and your family. I don't know what you guys are doing. What are you guys doing? Huh? I'm out here fighting for your freedom in this parking lot. That's what I'm doing. All of our freedom. That's what I'm doing every day. What are you guys doing? Well, whatever the crowd's doing. But that's enslavement. I just proved it. But how many followers do you have? What's your bank account like? This is how we determine who's credible. I mean, these are the things that make us one. We don't look at facts as facts so much as we look at the person. We can't just see facts as facts because they don't change no matter if I say them, you say them, anyone says them. The facts are the facts, guys. They don't change. That's because I'm solid on this argument. No one can, if you say this argument, you show people this, no one can touch you. No one can touch me. No one can argue with me. No one. Why? Because I got the facts. Not because I said it. Because they said it. I get them from their websites, guys. The people in charge. Yeah, no one will touch you. You have this argument. They can't. What are you going to say? Why would you even have to argue with them? That's the problem. I'm trying to get you to wake up so you get on the right side of this. Why are we even arguing, I'm saying? Don't you want your freedom? I'm here for you. Why are you fighting me? I got your back. That's what I have to say to that. I have your back. Don't you get this? Don't you see why I'm doing this? To protect your ass so you have freedom. And that's the truth. But we'd rather just what? Do you want to be enslaved? Do you not see I'm saving your ass? Literally. By doing this? Because I don't lie. But we just rather what? What? Yeah, it gets a little frustrating. If I'm doing this for everyone, so everyone can see the truth for what it is, and you just see people just like, no, you're screwing your family, dude, and yourself. Don't do it. I'll show him. Don't do that to yourself. I'll be fine. I'm not vaccinated. Don't do that to yourself and your kids. Yeah, the vaccine doesn't even work. I haven't even got to that. I have so much evidence, but they're common sense things you already know, really. You already know this, guys. The vaccine doesn't work. If it worked, it worked. Why would you need boosters? Why did the CDC just come out and say we don't know when enough shots is enough shots if it worked? Why? Yeah, the CDC. Remember them? Remember them. Do you remember the CDC name before? Yeah, of course you do. It was on the patent as the inventor that lied. Yeah, those are the people that are coming out and telling you what to do. Same people that lied, created the pandemic to put you on the surveillance and monitoring system. Not because I said it, because I got the diagrams from their website, the Centers for Disease Control website. Yeah, the same people on the patent that invented the virus. Yep, those people, the ones that lied, that said it came from a bat in China. Same people that lied. Yeah. Yeah, they're the ones that just said we don't know when enough shots is enough shots. You know, the ones that have the mandated guideline and requirement for the vaccine makers to make the vaccine with the only requirement being the surveillance and monitoring system? Those guys. Those guys. Those guys. Hand to God, I don't lie. I don't lie. We don't know when to speculate on enough shots is enough shots. We don't know. So then so you're saying two's not enough. No, I'm not saying. They obviously said that when they said we don't know when enough is enough shots, then that means two doesn't work. Well, if it worked, right? Wouldn't you just be fine with your vaccine? Why does OSHA have to come in? Because they need everyone on the surveillance and monitoring system, guys. In fact, one of the diagrams that I have, keep in mind, when I did this research and I downloaded all these diagrams, now you have to put in a request to get this information. Good thing I did that before that stipulation came out. I got the diagrams before that. But one of the diagrams says that the entire United States population needs to be on the system. Now, keep that in mind, because I got these diagrams and I downloaded them the beginning of the year. But one of the diagrams says the entire U.S. population. But I thought we had a decision. Why would that diagram tell me that if we had a decision? Why would that diagram say that if we had a decision when I downloaded these at the beginning of the year? Because they want everyone on the system, guys. Keep in mind, when I say the diagrams, I'm talking about an active surveillance and monitoring system. That's the only requirement that came up when I did the research. Not one diagram, not one. When I did the research, I put in a search. Think about this. What are the requirements and guidelines what's in the vaccine? What are the requirements for the vaccine makers to have in this vaccine to make the vaccine? Don't you think one of those diagrams should have read to me like how this thing protects you against the virus? Out of 22 on the active surveillance system, and the only ones that I got, the only requirement that came up was the active surveillance and monitoring system. Don't you think one should have just one? Just one! Show me how the damn thing protects you. Not one. Not one. Not one diagram said that. Not one. Not one, guys. Not one diagram said that. But I got 22 on a full active surveillance and monitoring system from the CDC website. It's on the top of my Facebook, Theo Fetch and Ted Fetch, both public profiles pinned to the top. You can find the diagrams there, and they never get knocked down for misinformation, because they're not misinformation, guys. It's because they're not misinformation. They're from the CDC website. That's where I got them from. But Ted, yeah, I know. I know. It's not really funny, but I mean, at the end of the day, we're going to win. We're going to win. Yeah, we're going to be free. On one hand, you got the elite establishment up there. They want to push us down. They want to take control of the soul. They want you not to be able to have decisions, guys. Yeah, if you just go to their page next, World Economic Forum, see what they're all about. See what their future world agenda is. It's a corporate stakeholder private industry regime, totalitarian surveillance state that they want to push the world in, where corporations run the world. Me and you have no say in anything. Individual rights and freedoms are gone. It's a totalitarian surveillance state, corporate-run government. It says it on their own website. Corporate stakeholders are the only ones that have any rights in the future world agenda. Yeah. Read the Code of Conduct Conflict of Interest page. Paragraph 1 is the future. Personal interest not allowed. Loyalty to the forum comes above your own friends and family. Anything that goes against the forum is a conflict of interest. Now, remember this. This is important for you to see. When you read that first paragraph, episode 44, all I do is read that entire Code of Conduct Conflict of Interest page, verbatim. And then I give examples of what each paragraph means in real life situation. But all I have to do is read the first paragraph. If you just did that today, if you just took the time out of your day just to go to the World Economic Forum, and, look at the patent, all you have to do is go to one post to see the patent and the surveillance and monitoring system diagrams. Go to Theo Fetch, top of my Facebook. Look at that. That's one. That's easy. That's it. Not even 10 minutes of your day. There. Boom. He didn't lie. Shit. He was telling the truth. That's not knocked down for misinformation. All the diagrams are there. Take another second of your day. Just Google Event 201. So you can see the pandemic preparedness exercise with just really them knowing the pandemic was coming and getting ready to coordinate efforts. Now, just go to the Code of Conduct Conflict of Interest page on the World Economic Forum website. Read the first paragraph. Read the world agenda just so you know I'm not bullshit and that they really do want a corporate-run government where me and you don't have any rights and freedoms. Individuality is gone, and Claus thinks he's God. Loyalty to the forum comes above your own friends and family. Sure sounds like they think they're God. Think about that. What do they always say your priorities in life? God, your family, right? Well, no. Loyalty to the forum comes above your own friends and family. It states specifically on paragraph 1. What does that mean then? They think they're God. That's what that means. Yes, personal interest not allowed. Not if they disagree with the forum. Yes, they might obstruct your professional judgment and objectivity, guys. How are you supposed to be able to take orders if you know the truth? Outside information, no. It's a threat to the forum. Yes, that's what it says. On their own words, on their own website. Read it yourself. That's the future, guys. Do we want to live in a world where we have to adhere by a code of conduct that states loyalty to the forum becomes paramount above our own friends and family? That we have to turn our friends and family members into the forum that disagree with the forum. That the mentality and the mindset that the forum has for the rest of us must be maintained. In fact, if you listen to anyone other than the forum, you have to turn them in. It's a conflict of interest. It might obstruct your professional judgment and objectivity, and we don't need that here at the forum. We're trying to think for you. That's what it means. You won't be able to take orders anymore if you know the truth. Might obstruct your professional judgment and objectivity. Sounds like they don't want me to think for myself, Ted. What are you saying? I can't have personal interests? That's what they said. I didn't say that. They said that. Don't say me. I just read their own words on their own website, guys. That's it. Well, you're saying that website of theirs that they own, the World Economic Forum, the elite establishment up there. Yeah. Why do you say that they run the world? Well, if we look at their world agenda and we see all the countries that are part of the World Economic Forum, we see the president meeting with them and the president's cabinet and everywhere that they are in the entire world, and we saw the pandemic preparedness exercise and every board committee around the world for the pandemic the World Economic Forum is on. And then we go to their website, we see all the countries that are part of the World Economic Forum. Then we read their world agenda that dictates a future where corporate-run government is what they're pushing us towards. And the Great Reset, they said this was perfect. This was the perfect thing for us. Perfect means to an end, they said, the pandemic was, to push the world in the new direction that we want to shape the world in the future. The world is ours. And the pandemic was perfect for this, to reshape the world to the new world that we want to push us to, where it's a totalitarian surveillance state, corporate-run government, rights and freedoms, individual rights and freedoms are gone, personal choice out the window. How do we know that? Paragraph 1, Code of Conduct, Conflict of Interest page, personal interest not allowed. Sounds like we can't have decisions, not if they go against the forum. So you're saying that freedom of speech? Yes, that's what I'm saying. That's what they said in paragraph 1. Freedom of speech out the window. Freedom of speech out the window, that's what they said if you read paragraph 1. Absolutely, that's what they said. Not me. Don't say me. That's what they said if you read paragraph 1. What are you saying? So we can't speak out against? No, that's what they said. You can't do that. That according to the Code of Conduct, conflict of interest, loyalty to the forum comes above your own friends and family. Anything that goes outside the forum's interest is a conflict of interest. Your personal interests are not allowed if they disagree with the forums. It might obstruct your professional judgment and objectivity. In fact, you got to turn them in. That's their words. Yeah, those are the people in charge today. Their words, their website, their Code of Conduct, conflict of interest page. Read it yourself. I don't lie. You guys just got to want to see the truth now. Is it time to wake up? Well, every day it is, Ted. We're going to all wake up. We're going to win. I know we are. That's why I laugh. Sometimes I'm looking at the American flag. I know that people want their freedom. The facts are always going to stay the same, guys. So as long as the facts are on my side, the truth is on my side, I'm gonna be proud. I'm gonna state this every day, and I'm gonna help people. That's what my compass is. Help people. This is helping. I might yell sometimes. I get passionate. Of course I do, because I see this for what it is. And I speak the truth. And when you see the truth, you can't be controlled anymore, guys. How are you supposed to go back from this when you know this? And I know this, and you see this too. You're going to know it too. If you looked at the documents, you already know this. There's no way they can get around that. That's why I know this is, people are going to wake up. We're going to stay free. We're going to become really free. We're going to stand together. We're going to unite because everyone wants their freedom. Be that lion. Anyone can follow the herd, right? It takes lions to stand up, stand proud, stand and fight. And there's a lot of them out there. I see them every day. Good for you guys. God bless you guys. God bless anyone that speaks the truth. Do that for them, God. Prayers and blessings to anyone's out there speaking the truth, reposting these factual diagrams. Give them tenfold blessings on that one, God. Why would I do that? Because you'd be godly then. You'd be speaking the truth. How dare he speak the truth and thinks he walks with God? That's why I walk with God, because I speak the truth. We want to walk with God too, Ted. Start speaking the truth. And it shall set you free. Because you can't be controlled when you know the truth. That's for sure. Anyway, I went on way too much today. I love you guys. Really in a good mood today. Today's going to be a good day. Have a good day, guys. God bless.